to the Tech to Study podcast. What's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on? Welcome.
What's going on? Welcome.
Welcome, dude. Today, this is a big week, wasn't it?
Big week,
big
man.
Big week, Apple event.
Big week. New phone.
Oh, god dang, dude. That's every week. What are you talking about? Is that big week? I don't
know, man. It could be every week. Who knows?
Almost every week? Every other? Oh my god. You know what? I know our viewers are going to be like, are you serious, dude?
All six of them, yeah.
Let's lead the podcast with, what phone are you using right now?
What's that going to be a new segment?
Yeah.
I am using the S22 Ultra.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Can you show it off?
I can.
Oh my gosh, dude.
A nice
new phone. Who this? Look
nice
at that.
Black boy, dude.
It is. Is that like a matte black? It almost like
it is matte black,
or...
dude. It's the MKB HD edition, dude.
Are you serious?
Frosted matte Gorilla Victus Plus on the front and back.
Ooh, Victus Plus. Okay.
Yeah.
Extra strong, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. So what? Okay, just tell me why. Just tell me why, man. What happened? You were bored, weren't you?
Yes, but also, I started playing Diablo Immortal, which I only spent $17 on, and that's all I'm spending.
Thanks for clarifying. I was concerned.
Yeah, I know I was concerned.
Did you see the stuff about like
Whale Boy?
Yeah. Like it takes like $100,000 to like
Quinn 60, dude. Quinn 69 spent $10,000 and didn't get one gem.
What's a gem? I don't know.
It's like you play Diablo 3.
Yeah.
You like the gems?
Yeah, is it
that's
like
kind of how you upgrade mainly? Yeah, but like those gems, to upgrade them, if you don't pay to play the game, you're only going to get like 1 or rank 2 gems. So like the whales have access to the rank 5 gems.
Okay.
As far as I know, the only way to get a rank 5 gem is to go whaling.
Yeah, so $10,000 pretty whale in my eye.
But you only have a chance to get that gem. So this dude spent $10,000 and didn't get a gem. That being said, also, I used to like Shroud, dude. Shroud's kind of he's kind of toxic now.
Now he is?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, like he started whaling pretty hard on Lost Ark.
Yeah, okay.
Because like that game is pay to win.
Right.
And like Lost Ark apparently had a cap in it where you could only spend $1,000 a day. And he hated that. He was complaining about that, and he praised the monetization system in Diablo Immortal because Diablo Immortal has no limit.
Oh my god.
No limit to his credit card.
Why is Shroud like cool with whaling? Like
I don't know. It's bizarre world to me. I think it's probably the lifestyle, right? Like he sits there and people give him money to do it. So you know what I mean? So like he's playing the game and people are literally paying him to do that. Okay. So And like he also had some like really hot takes too, where he said basically like every game is pay to win now, and then he used WoW as an example because they introduced the WoW tokens. So literally, you could whale out
that's
and
for
buy
gold, right?
Yeah, but like you can whale out and buy WoW tokens, and then use that in-game gold to buy carries for mythic raids, to buy carries for arena. So realistically, his argument is that every modern game is pay to win now. So if you have the money, why would they cap that?
Yeah, good question, dude. Honestly, you know, back in the day, I want to talk about WoW for a second. Before WoW tokens, you could still buy WoW gold, dude. There's gold sellers websites everywhere, dude. I bought WoW gold back in the day, dude.
So did I.
Like, come on. And like, I had some like Asian dude like run up to me in game and trade me fucking a stack of gold, dude. Like, come on. Yeah. I mean, so it's not like a new thing.
Yeah,
but,
I remember back in the day that like after like they started like crack down on trading, you would have to like list a gray item on the auction house for like 20,000 gold or how much ever gold you bought, and then you had to tell them what that item is, and then they would buy that item.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, man. So anyway, I got the phone primarily because I was playing through Diablo Immortal, and Diablo Immortal is a juicy game, right? Like it honestly looks like a console game. It looks like it looks like a PC game. It looks great.
Right. Okay. Graphically, right.
Graphically, I mean, the combat's solid. The combat's tight. It honestly feels like, you know, a AAA game on mobile.
Right.
You know? Unfortunately, it's littered by microtransactions, and they use every predatory tactic in the book to like condition you to spend more money. They use like that wedge approach where like they're like, oh, great value, 800%, 99 cents, and then the next one's $1.99, and then the next one's $2.99, and then the next one's $5.99.
Yeah.
They kind of like weasel their way in.
Got it.
There's like 3 battle passes you can buy. They're all separate. And like battle passes are kind of predatory to begin with, right?
Yeah.
Because like you buy a battle pass, okay, and then battle passes expire in like 35 days or 60 days or like however long it takes for a battle pass to expire. So you're literally giving them money for something that you may not get. Right. So like battle passes are already kind of like a gray area for me, and like I just want to shout out 343 Studios and Microsoft because I don't like them, but like they still do battle passes the right way. Right. Because if you get a battle pass on Infinite or whatever, that battle pass doesn't expire. You can get that stuff whenever you want. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like they kind of realize like, hey, that's shitty to buy something and then you only have a certain window to earn it.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But anyway, so back to the phone. Diablo Immortal on the iPhone. I have a 13 Pro, so like the latest and greatest, the best I could get.
Right.
Well, Diablo Immortal bumps up against the total amount of RAM in that phone. So if you run Diablo Immortal, it runs okay. Unless you play it for like longer than 45 minutes. If you play it for longer than 45 minutes, Apple will limit the phone to what feels like 75 nits. Like super dim, like even though I'm at I'm at like full brightness on the slider, I feel like I'm playing like a Game Boy Color before it was backlit. You know what I mean?
Can I ask about that?
Yeah,
so
sure.
Like, is that a thermal thing?
It's a heat thing. Yeah, it's a heat thing.
And I just want to make a comment on that. So that's one of my gripes with iPhones is they always find a way to dim the screen when there's like a thermal problem. Like, so like if I, for example, like I'm in a hot car or something for a while, or like I used to put my phone before I had the Tesla, I would, put my phone on like a little dock or something, like so I could see it. And like just the sun coming in the window would be enough to heat my phone up to where now I can't see what's on the screen. Yeah. And like now is when I need to see like my map data on the screen. You know what I mean? So it's like, I totally believe that Diablo Immortal.
Yeah, it gets bad, like really bad. But more importantly is like if I'm gaming away and like Kelly texts me or like you message me, if I respond to that, even for a split second, I put Diablo Immortal in the background.
Right.
It's closed out. And that's an issue because it's an online game. So like for those of you who don't know, like Diablo Immortal plays exactly like Lost Ark, right? Like it's like Lost Ark 2. So it's like if Diablo 3 was an MMO, that's kind of how Immortal is. So like I could be in a dungeon and get a phone call or a text message, and on the iPhone, if I take it, my game's closed down. I've left the dungeon. I'm a leaver. I'm penalized. You know what I mean? Like I go through all that stuff of like early leaving and stuff. So when I'm playing on the iPhone, it's like I can't do anything else.
Yeah. Can I make a comment here? So one of the things that I think is happening here is, it's two different camps, right? Android camp, they'll let you do whatever you want to do, right? Mm-hmm. But Apple is choosing to prioritize the battery life over the experience, right? And they're like, your mobile experience, they obviously want their battery life to be like the best in class.
Right.
And AppNap is very aggressive.
Hyper aggressive.
It's very aggressive to keep things in the background, to make things like so that nothing's running except whatever you're currently in. And Android's been historically bad at it, and that's why Android phones have been so bad at battery life, or at least one of the contributing factors. Is so much. It was always doing so much shit. So it's kind of like, I wish there was like a way for there to be like a sweet spot, and I think Android's kind of getting there.
I think they're getting there
because like they at least let you choose now what apps that you care about keeping persistent, and then it does an AppNap similar function on Android now, right? But you can say like, I want this app to be persistent, which is
I'll tell you a few things. So I had a crazy busy day today, so like I was just like doing my normal like I rarely got to like play on my phone at all,
right?
And I went through a full work day, and I'm still at 79% on the S22 Ultra, so that's pretty good. Again, kind of light usage, but still only 20% for like a 9-hour day, not too bad. Right. I will tell you though that playing Diablo Immortal on the S22 Ultra, the screen never dimmed once.
Right.
The phone does get hot, obviously, but the screen never dimmed once, and I haven't even had to lock it in RAM when I switch apps.
Yeah.
So like I haven't even had to force it to keep it open. It just kept it open for me when I would, text message or go to Element or check something on Reddit and then go back in. It would never shut down unless I actually physically closed it.
Right.
So so for me, the Diablo Immortal experience on the S22 Ultra is far superior to that on the 13 Pro Max.
Now, let me ask you an important question, one that's kind of curious to me. So you just came, just for the podcast as a reminder, is you had the Z Fold 3, then you went back to iPhone, then, I mean, I don't know how many times you did that, but like ultimately you ended up right now on the S22.
So Randy's 2021/2022 year in advance. Let's start at like government fiscal year, so July 1. Okay. Sure. So July 1, I believe, was iPhone something.
Right.
Then I got the Z Fold 3.
Okay.
Then I got the iPhone 13 Pro.
Okay.
Then I got the Z Fold 3 again. Then I got the 13 Pro Max in Alpine Green.
Right.
Then I got the S22 Ultra.
Yeah. So you definitely played some ping pong there. So
a little bit.
I want to ask two questions. One is, what have you learned from this experience? And two, is going to be, now that you've had the Fold twice and now you're going back to traditional Android phone.
Sure.
What's your thoughts on a Fold versus like a regular Android phone?
Okay. So first off, I've learned that at least when it comes to phones, I recognize like how you're laughing already.
I recognize. It's so funny.
I think I'm finally starting to recognize that it's really hard for me to like stay in a camp because I like technology, and like I can appreciate what Apple does really well, and then I can appreciate what Samsung does really well. And it's weird to me because every time I switch back to an Android phone, be it the S22 Ultra, the Fold, whatever it is, I'm just like totally smitten by what it lets me do.
Okay.
Like I run Ubiquiti stuff at home, we run Ubiquiti stuff at work. I was like, oh, I could just clone the app. I could just change the build prop number, and now I have two of the same app on my phone.
Yeah,
and
very powerful.
I could, and it's like, why would I ever let go of this? You know? But then there's something that happens, and what that something is I think Apple releases a product that isn't a phone. Okay.
Yeah. For sure. And like that's what happened with the MacBook, like the new 14-inch MacBooks came out, and you were like, I want that Apple integration. I'm going back to iPhone.
So, and this is kind of what I've been kind of like thinking about is like, I don't think I necessarily like the iPhone as a phone. I mean, I do, but I think I like an Android as a phone better. And if those singular devices were in a vacuum, I think that I would pick the Android phone every day.
Yeah.
However, I'm also an avid MacBook user, and that continuity and integration is valuable to me. I will say that this time it was easier for me to switch back to Android because I didn't have a watch.
Right.
So I feel like that is one less thing that has kept me kind of tied down. Although I did just do something, and I wish I would have done this before, and I didn't really think about it. I reactivated iMessage, but I deregistered my phone numbers. So my iMessage on my Mac is just my email.
Yeah.
So now, like, I have that same kind of functionality where, like, if I want to send high-res pictures to Kelly when I'm editing them or stuff, I could still iMessage them to her from my MacBook. It just goes from my email address. Right. So, I'm pretty dumb for not doing that before, So...
Yeah, actually, it's kind of interesting. I never thought of it that way because you've always had access to iMessage, just not really on your phone.
Right.
So that's interesting.
Yeah. So, and what actually kind of made me realize that is we have a work iPad and a work MacBook and stuff, and the Apple ID is my work email.
Yeah.
And Donnie, one of her old coworkers, accidentally messaged me to my work email, and it came through on the work iPad. I'm like, well, wait a minute, this has no phone number tied to it. I'm like, oh, I'm dumb. I could do that, you know. So like now I kind of have like the best of both worlds, and like kind of like what we talked about before, like kind of like what you said, right? Like you feel like your sweet spot would be the Fold and an iPad.
Yeah, I think so. I think that either an iPad mini or a full-size one, because like I don't know if I want a mini just because like the Fold is already kind of that same exact dimensions.
I was gonna say that like for you,
yeah, like either like the full size or like the big iPad, one of the two. Because
I think what you do is you wait till October and you get that M2 iPad Pro.
Yeah, I think that's the play. And it's because I still want to have access to iOS for things like HomeKit. I still use HomeKit for the smart home stuff. And sometimes the integration stuff is really cool, like AirPlay and things. Like I really do use those Apple exclusive functions. And I enjoy using them. So
I will say that one thing that I do love about the S22 Ultra, because I use it all the time at work, is just having like a Sherlock Holmes notepad in my pocket all the time.
Yeah. No, that is cool. That's
really a cool feature. And like for me, like I don't run that like HomeKit server like you do, so more of my things integrate better with Google's Home.
Right, which is fine.
So like for me, I don't know if the podcast can see this, but like if I pull this up, right?
If it decided to look at you. Oh,
dude, I cover my eye, dude.
Yep. Okay, what am I looking at?
So if I just pull this down, right, and then I go to
your smart home stuff will show up,
to like device control, like all my smart home stuff is right here from the control panel.
Yeah, and I actually had that set up too.
And like, did your Fold get Material U yet or no?
I don't know what that is. So.
That's in the latest version of Android. So like,
how do I know?
I don't know. What version of Android are you on?
I don't know, dude. Hold on, let me check. I guess I go to About Phone.
Software information.
All right, hold on.
Are you on Android 12 yet?
Yeah. Software.
Are you on Android 12 with 4.1? When you on?
I don't even know what I'm on, dude. Where do I look? Software information. Okay. Yeah. I'm on Android 12 4.1. Yeah.
Okay, so you probably have Material U, but like you don't text message a lot, right? So my wallpaper, my wallpaper is kind of brown, you know.
Yeah.
But what Android will do is then supported apps will theme to match your wallpaper. So like my messages is now brown, my Reddit app is now brown. So like my entire phone, even third-party apps can plug into Material U and then take on the theme of your phone.
Okay. I don't think I'm getting that because I just opened. Well, I don't know my Messengers app. I mean, do you have to use the default one, like the Samsung one, maybe?
No. So actually, for the S22 line, they've ditched Samsung Messenger and just went straight Google. Yeah,
I'm using the Google one, I think, right now.
Yeah. So you have to use the Google one.
Yeah. I wonder if it's like a setting.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm digging it, you know?
Yeah, so let's go to question number 2, which is fold versus traditional.
Well, that's a tough question. It's a tough question because, again, it falls in that category of I can see an argument for both.
Yes.
For me, a big factor of it was I couldn't buy the same phone 3 times.
Yeah, I wouldn't have let myself do it either.
So that was a big factor for me.
What if it was the Fold 4 versus like S22 Ultra? That'd be a little bit less cut and dry.
It would. So here's my problem with the Fold, okay? And then I'll tell you my problems with the S22 Ultra. My problems with the Fold are obviously cameras.
Yeah, they're not it's crazy because they don't put the best cameras in the Fold. They don't.
But more importantly, I feel like I don't know if you feel this way, but like, what's your ratio of like interior screen versus exterior screen on your Fold?
I'm gonna be honest though, I spend a lot of time on the interior screen.
That's how I was too, right? So like that quick like pulling it out of your pocket to like reply to a text message is less convenient on a Fold. Yeah, it's the thin screen. It's harder to type on than like a screen. It's a lot harder. That's like, a lot harder. Like the S22 Ultra one. That's a little wider. But like if I, unfold, then I can have a proper, typing experience. Right. Like a little bit wider. So for me, I always felt like I was always unfolding. Yeah. Like all the time. So that was kind of a con for me, I think. Because it just depends. If you're using your phone for those quick things and it's more cumbersome as a result, I can see that like a traditional being better for like those kind of quick interactions. And a phone is honestly very much like that's kind of a key function, right? Right. So I get it. It's really when you get into the immersive content, like Diablo Immortal. Like I think it would be awesome on a Fold. I think Diablo Immortal would be better on the Fold. Yeah. But the video experience is better on the S22 Ultra. Interesting. Is it just because you don't get like crop factor?
Like
it's because there's no crop factor, and the theoretical. If you want to get technical, the actual screen size, if you don't quote zoom in, which why would you on the 4x3?
Right.
It's actually bigger on the S22 Ultra.
So I agree with that. And
it's brighter.
But like for me, I love to use split screen.
I was just gonna say that, but then the flip side is you can pretty much cut the fold in half and not really shrink your video size at all.
Which is like really powerful to me because like I love putting a video on top and then like Reddit
doing something on the bottom. Yeah.
I'm just playing with it right now just to like show an example to the, because I'd be like this and I'd be browsing Reddit on the bottom.
Yeah, no, like that's too good. Yeah.
It's so good. Like to be able to do that, that's what the Fold just kills. Like that's why I can't leave this.
No, like
or like I guess an iPad Mini or something could do that too. Like iPad OS can do that. iOS doesn't have that right now. So, I mean, you can split view on your phone, right?
Absolutely. So, yeah. I think ideally, the Fold is still the GOAT.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But like the Note, I just called it a Note. The S22 Ultra
basically
literally has no compromise, right? Okay. Like if you look at the Fold, you can say, well, it sucks at this, it sucks at that, right? It sucks that the pen's not integrated. That there's no pen silo. Yeah. It sucks that you can't use a pen on the outside. It sucks that the front screen is so narrow. It sucks that the cameras are kind of meh. The S22 Ultra has no con except it just doesn't fold.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
slightly smaller screen. That's it.
Right. That's it has a better battery. It has a better screen. It has better cameras. Even the front facing camera is 48 megapixels. You know what I mean? Like it's like
which is funny because you just said the Fold's still the GOAT. I mean, I think that the screen is so significant.
But that's what I mean. That's what I mean, right? But like if you look at it in a vacuum, right? It's like what MKBHD said in his review of the S22. I don't know if you remember, but he called it the attack of the numbers. Because every number is just obscene.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Spec wars, it wins.
Also, it has 45-watt charging. That's pretty nutty.
That's like what the Steam Deck has.
yeah, it's goofy, man. Like,
that's crazy.
Like it goes from 0 to 50% in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's really, really good. That's really good charging.
So
that's so funny because I just bought that Anchor charger and it does like 60 on one port and 40 on the other. So it wouldn't even be, that'd be main port speed status.
Yeah.
Not even your laptop. That'd be like your
charge
phone.
My phone status.
Yeah, if you want to get the full 45 watts, dude. That's so funny.
Plus, I think lastly, just in closing, Kelly recently took me to see wrestling live, and like they do not let you take actual cameras in that place at all.
Wrestling?
And like where our seats were, I could not get a photo on the iPhone. Yeah. But you know what? I would get a photo on the S22 Ultra. Not gonna be like, oh my god, dude, you can use my camera. But it would at least be a photo.
So what's the optical zoom on the S22 Ultra?
So it has 4 cameras.
Yeah, okay.
So it has, and I don't know the exact focal length on it.
Yeah.
But it has
what does it say, like a 1x, 2x, or was it?
Yeah, I think it's let me pull it up really quick. It's it's a 0.6.
Okay.
Which is the ultra wide. It's a 1, it's a 3, and it's a 10. And those are all of the optical ones. Yeah.
So that's pretty good, dude. 10x is like telephoto status. So
yeah, so like I don't know if you guys can see it on there, but the bottom lens is actually a rectangle.
Oh yeah.
Because the actual like sensor is like over here, and it's like a periscope boy.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Yeah.
So it doesn't. It actually has a mirror.
Right. Wow. It's 2 mirrors. Yeah.
That's sick. That's really cool.
Yeah. So like, I would have gotten a usable shot. You know what I mean? So
yeah, super cool.
So I'm happy with it. I mean, their Gen 3 ultrasonic fingerprint sensor is fast.
Yeah.
So far so good. I'm liking it.
Cool, man. I mean, we'll see what happens when the Fold 4 comes out or the next iPhones, but I already saw the leaks for the iPhones. And,
kind of not looking forward to that. Which
could
probably well, let's talk about what you got, and then we'll finish up with the big topic.
Yeah, sure. So, so I got the Steam Deck in hand.
Where is it, dude? Dude, is that Peak Design bag, dude? I just saw you like.
It is. I didn't tell you because it's not the Peter McKinnon bag. So I was like embarrassed. I was like, he's gonna give me shit if I didn't.
Did you just buy it?
Yeah, it was relatively recently because I wanted something to put my camera in, and that's the smaller bag too. That's not even
the 20 liter
one. Yeah.
So real quick, off topic, 20 seconds.
Sure.
I only take the Peter McKinnon boy if I need to take everything.
Yeah.
Because it's like 55 liters.
It's big.
But if I'm just going out for a shoot during the day, I take the 20 liter Peak Design backpack.
Yeah. That's the smaller one, right? Or is that the bigger one?
Yeah, the smaller one.
Yeah, that's what I got right there. I just took it out today. My son had like a event for school, and I went there and I took some photos. Yeah.
With what lens?
I used actually the 85. I didn't want to be like this like weirdo with the big 70 to 200 out. So the 85 like 1.4 was kind of like more exactly that lens. I didn't want to bust that out and be like very loud. I guess I'd be like a major presence if I had that.
Loud, dude. You have a silent shutter.
Well, you know what I meant, like visually loud. Like I'd be like the guy with this massive lens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The proud papa, dude.
Yeah, I didn't want to be
proud
like
papa with a fat wallet, dude.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to be like the guy, so I took a more like stealth mode lens, which is the 85 is pretty small. I know, but like I was like, oh, I can anyway. But yeah, that's a good ass bag though. It's a good bag.
It's a good bag.
Okay, so yeah, let's talk about some stuff, dude. So I got the Steam Deck actually. So here it is in all of its glory. And
wow, dude. Whoa. Hold on.
What?
This is like the first time I'm seeing it, like not on your like video. Hold up again.
Yeah. It's pretty cool, dude.
So the first thing that sticks out to me is that like anti-glare screen is pretty nice.
Yeah, I don't dislike it, dude. It's. I mean, you can see the reflection of my key light in there, but I mean,
I can still read the screen through it.
Exactly. So it's pretty good. Yeah, I've been having a blast playing with this, dude. Both docked and undocked. So yeah, I've been using it on the TV. I've been back there. I've been using it handheld mode. I've been testing it. I've been like throwing everything I got at it. I love this thing so far.
Give us like an insider preview, like of your review, like before your first, like after your first impressions. Like,
sure.
Give me like the 1 week later impressions.
So I think I think what I want to do for my review is say for me specifically, it's amazing, but it's not going to be amazing if you want like that Xbox, like PS4, PS5 kind of like smooth experience, because even if you stick to deck verified, you're probably still going to have jank. You're still going to have some jank.
So let me ask you a question. Yeah. Have you played any non-deck verified games?
Oh yeah, a lot.
How was that experience? So
honestly, it's been pretty good. It's weird because Monster Hunter Rise is not deck verified, but it runs perfectly. The only time that you have an issue is like it might say unsupported or like they haven't tested it. So then it's up to you to kind of see if it works. I've had a couple games not work, but I can't really remember what they are because it's been so infrequent. Like I've had games work more than not work. Let's just say that. And I've tested like a bunch of games.
I have some questions. Does it get loud?
Okay, so did you recently see that Gamers Nexus put out a video on the fans, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with my fans like at all.
Because I saw that video, that's why I was asking.
Yeah, it's weird because like I get it that there's like two different, like there's a good and a bad fan. I feel like if I got anything, it's a good fan. Like I don't hear an annoying like whine out of my fan. And honestly, even during intense gaming, like I still haven't played Elden Ring, but I've played some like higher end games. Like it hasn't been loud. Like I literally don't think the fan's a problem.
Sure.
So, and that's just me, but like, and they did adjust the fan curve. I don't know if you saw that in an update. And there's a toggle in the settings menu that's like, do you want to use the new fan curve or not? So you can toggle it on and off, which is like, okay, like why wouldn't I want to use the new fan curve? But yeah, it's been pretty good. Like it was kind of interesting. I said in my review video on that, or my first impressions video, that I could like I changed my graphics settings from like average to high, and then I heard it ramp up immediately. But then like over like the course of like the next 3 seconds, it went back down. It was like a big ramp, and then it went back down, and then it was like fine. It's like, okay, that's weird, but And you know what's funny is if you're downloading games, the fan will kick on because it's like, you know, it's using the whole like pipeline to like download the games and install and put them, you know, in storage. So it gets kind of like you can hear it kick on when you're downloading like serious games. But
interesting.
Yeah.
So let me ask you another question then, because I'm kind of curious now. Curious now. Do you experience any discomfort in handheld mode? And that could be, you know, weight, heat, sound?
So I've played this quite a bit handheld. Weight-wise, I haven't had a problem. It's been pretty good. Like for me, this just feels like I went on and on about it in my first impressions video I put on my Fifth Dread YouTube channel. The ergonomics, I basically continue to feel the way I did about the ergonomics. I feel like it's very good. And I mean, I have like kind of larger hands, right? So for me, like this is just, it feels like almost as good as an Xbox controller.
Really?
The only time
That's
it's
high
like,
praise.
yeah, I mean, seriously, like this is very good. And like, I've even used the gyro controls in games. I was playing Unreal Tournament 2004 and Unreal Tournament 3 Black Edition, which, you know, those are old games.
Right.
But I was like, I want to throw some like, you know, nostalgia into this and like try games that don't really support controllers. Like the Unreal Tournament 3 Black Edition kind of does. Unreal Tournament 2004 doesn't. And so it's literally just using emulated mouse with the joystick and the trackpads.
Sure.
And dude, I was having a blast playing those games. Like, and I was like, dang, this is fun. Like and you know what was crazy is community built controller profiles like are automatically selected. Like if one of them's been like popular enough, it'll be the just default layout that you'll get when you play the game. And a lot of times it's been like very well thought out and put together. And I'm like, dang, dude, like straight out of the box, I'm playing like Unreal Tournament 2004, like functionally on this thing.
Yo, we should play Unreal Tournament 2004.
I got it installed, dude. I was playing it 2 days ago with my buddy Josh. I bought the GOG version, and I just like sent it to him.
I love TK4. Can we play, dude?
I would love to play that.
Are you good?
Yeah. Dude, we play it tonight, dude.
Dude,
we're playing right now on the podcast.
We're playing tonight, dude. We're playing tonight.
Dude,
I'm serious. Yes. I'm dead serious.
I'm dead serious, too. I'll pull in Josh.
We're playing DM ranking, dude.
Dude, oh yeah, dude. I was playing like there's a map called Curse 4, I think, or Curse 2, one of those. It's a number. And the game mode when I was young, I would just do that map, flat cannons only, and like that was a blast, dude. I fucking love that. You have to
play 1v1 on DM ranking or DM ironic.
Okay.
Those are like the competitive matches when like I don't know if you remember a gamer called Fatality.
Of course, dude.
That's when he was big, dude.
He was the original like famous esports player, you know. And good times, man. That was the golden age of those kind of shooters. So yeah, we'll definitely play, man. Instagib, we'll do that too.
I gotta do.
Fucking love that shit. Anyway, dude, Steam Deck. So I got a lot of stuff installed on this, man. Emulators, tons of them. I got Breath of the Wild on here.
How do the emulators run?
So most of them run like really, really well. So Amanda was using the, PS1's not really intense, right? But Amanda literally just played and beat like the original Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone PS1. She literally beat it, like plugged into the TV over here. And
that's awesome.
She was using the 8-bit DOE, like SF30 controller. Bluetooth
and how do they work on the Steam Deck? How do third-party controllers work?
I mean, perfectly, man. It's literally cool. You go to Bluetooth and you just pair them, and they just work. Like, and it's the same with Bluetooth headphones. Like, I was using a Bluetooth just fine. Like, it was like wonderful. It's like nice. A PC, basically. You know, cool. That's what I want to say in my review. Also, is this thing's like a PC. It's like. It really is. It's just got a couple cool software enhancements in handheld mode that take it above and beyond.
Sure.
You know, and make it like really cool compared to any other like handheld and portable PC thing that there is. And the UI is really cool. The only problem, let me tell you about problems.
Yeah.
So external monitor support is weird.
Okay.
So my dongles that I use with it. I've used 2 different ones, and plugged into my LG 4K TV, they can only do 4K 30 for some reason. Like, that's just the max. So if you're in handheld mode, you can't change the external display resolution. You just can't. It won't let you. There's no option for it. So it auto configures whatever it thinks is like the highest resolution possible.
Sure.
So why would I want 4K 30 when I would rather have like 1080p 60 or something, right?
That makes sense.
So I can't change it. So if I'm docked, I have to be in desktop mode, because then I can change my resolution. And, and this is the cool thing. I changed it to 1080p 120. So I'm getting 120 hertz. Like 1080p. That sounds like
something that they have to fix, right?
I think so. So basically my workaround right now is just to be in desktop mode. You know, I got one of those Logitech wireless keyboard and trackpads, and it's like the 2.4 gigahertz one. And I got it plugged in to my dongle, you know, whatever, that I'm plugged into the Steam Deck for external display support. And sorry if you hear my dogs barking back there. Apparently Amazon's like delivering something. But yeah, like I just go into desktop mode. I got it set to 1080p 120, and that works great. So, but like if you're in game mode, yeah, you're kind of SOL. Unless your display happens to not be like a 4K one. If you got like a 1080p monitor you're plugging into, maybe 1440p. Yeah, because like right now, I don't think there's any dongles that work like 4K 60.
This is going to be a weird question, but you brought it up because I want to know, because you know how we have issues with our MacBooks on our LGs.
Yeah.
Is there any Chroma subsampling issues?
I haven't seen any.
Okay.
Like to me, in my eye, it's looked really good. It looked good at 4K 30. Like it looked pixel perfect to me. Like the resolution was like ideal. It just wasn't 60. And there's no way, like, first off, the way the game, so say you're in game mode, right? And you dock. So now it's 4K 30. And the UI looks like it's 4K 30. Like it's crisp. And the display, like everything scales to a 4K display, and it looks really good.
Right.
When you play a game, by default, it's still going to run at 1280 by 800, 16 by 10. So you have to, it's weird, right? But that's like the deck's default resolution. So what you have to do is you have to like go to your game, go to like properties, and then enable support for higher resolutions, and you can pick what they are. Yeah, and then like in the game, you can configure the resolution to be higher than the deck's default. So it's like a Proton thing, right? It's like allowing the game to see the higher resolutions at that point. In desktop mode, it doesn't matter. It'll just go to whatever the game wants, whatever your display is. So, yeah. So, yeah, a pretty cool device, man. I think that, like, to me, it's, like, so good. Like, I've been playing hardcore. The battery life's the only thing that I kind of wish was a lot better, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like, that's kind of expected, though, right? Like, it is doing a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
You know what I think makes the Steam Deck better than anything else? It's the controls. It's absolutely the controls. The configurability, like Steam, you know how like Steam has like this controller, like it's like built in, right? Like that you can basically configure any controller, you can map any inputs. The controller the Steam Deck has with the trackpads, the gyro support, the back buttons, like it's literally the only handheld device like this that you can actually make any game work. Like with the amount of input options you have here, it's I even played a game that made it so like there's, you know how like on a keyboard, like if you build a mechanical keyboard, there's like a function key and you can access layers.
Yep.
It's the same with the Steam
that's really
Deck.
Nice.
There's
really
layers. Cool. So like I was playing a game and like it made it so like I click in my L3 and now I get access to the second layer, and now my like face buttons, my triggers, they all turned into a different thing.
Smart.
I think the game was I was playing V Rising on the Steam Deck, and it had a layer thing built into the community profile, and I was like, dang, like this is actually making V Rising playable on this thing. That game doesn't have native controller support.
That's really neat. Yeah, that's really neat. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, it doesn't have native controller support, so you have to rely on like, you do move the mouse around with like your joystick or your trackpad, like the right one, And but I mean, dude, it was like playable. I was like, dang, like this is not bad.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, I kind of rambled on about it, man. Do you think
that's fine?
What do you think, dude?
Ramble away, my guy.
I mean, yeah, I got so many games. I got Breath of the Wild on here, which is I've been playing Switch games on here. Like
can you emulate like anything up to Switch?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing Switch games.
Yeah, but like
with mixed results, but
I guess what I'm getting at is like, can you play like PS3 games? Because I know like that architecture is a little weird, and like PS3 emulators are a little weird.
Yeah, there's like a modern PS3 emulator that I guess is pretty good. I haven't tried it. I've never used it, but I've seen it make the rounds. I've heard it in discussions over the past couple years, so I know that it's like a thing now. I think PS3 emulation's been sort of figured out at this point, which is awesome. Cool. Yeah. So like Xbox, there's like I have the emulator on here. I just don't have any ROMs. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I gotta like either rip my own or what.
One last question, and then we can move on.
Sure.
How do you feel about the storage space? Do you feel like 512 is enough, or is it 512?
It is. So, yeah. As soon as I got the Steam Deck, I was ready to throw in a terabyte SD card, and I did. So like right now, I mean, I've loaded up that thing with like a lot of a lot. Yeah. And 512 is definitely not enough for me.
Okay.
So, and then with the terabyte SD card, which is pretty good. I mean, the speed is good. It's like an A2 card. It's like decent speeds.
Sure.
Yeah, like it's good enough to where I probably can like cycle through games comfortably, but I'm definitely going to have to be like uninstalling stuff I don't play. But, I mean, that's fine. You know, you should be doing that anyway. It's not like I think 2 terabytes would have been like the sweet spot for me. Like if the 512 was like another terabyte, but there's people already doing that. People are already putting terabyte replacements in.
Wow. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. So you could get like a M.2 terabyte drive you know what's funny? I don't think they sell one that's the size that you need. So people have been physically cutting in half M.2s that are like the longer ones that they don't actually have anything on like the second half. It's just like just like board extension, and then making them fit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. But so yeah, people got terabytes. You know what? Did you see the guy that used like the M.2 slot and installed like an external GPU?
No, I didn't see that.
There's a guy on YouTube. He used that M.2 slot to, I don't know if it's like a PCIe lane or whatever, but they use like a weird like adapter.
Well, yeah, M.2 is probably like what, PCIe 4X?
Yeah, so. I think you're right, dude. So somebody used like a weird adapter to get a GPU on it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It works. It works, dude. It's cool. I mean, with limitations, but and it's no longer like a portable thing. But
yeah, but who cares at that point? You got something cool.
Yeah, exactly, dude. But yeah, I'm gonna put a actual full review on my Fifth Dread YouTube channel. I'll probably link down below my first impressions. If you're interested on YouTube, I'll just put it in the description, and you can take a look at that. And yeah, that's my live first impressions. But and then yeah, I like it so far. I think I'm gonna have a glowing review in a couple weeks with a couple asterisks.
Pristine,
you know,
glowing.
Yeah, yeah, it's good. It's good. Anyway, dude. So the main topic, I want to talk about this. So this week, big Apple event, WWDC 2022. We made a video, a podcast. We had predictions. How do you think that this WWDC measured up compared to those predictions?
I think we missed on a few things, man. Where's that Mac Pro?
The Mac Pro, yeah, not announced. No Mac Pro. That was the one thing we kind of thought like they were gonna bring out, because that was like that's what's missing right now. Like they even acknowledged
it's not only what's missing; it's also the developer conference, right? So like,
yeah.
If they wanted to pull up the juicy, I think that's when they would do it.
You know why they didn't do it then? It's because it wasn't ready. Or
they just don't know what to do.
Yeah, maybe. It's funny because they even said it during their conference. They said like, you know, we said we were going to do this, and there's like one, they said like we almost did or something. They said like there's one more left or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They said that there's one more computer left in the conversion, exactly. Mac Pro. Like they even teased it.
They even said something about it. But yeah, so it's kind of wild to me that they didn't even like give us a hint or anything. But yeah, but what we did get, I got their website here. I'll pull it up on the old screen.
Nice brush, dude.
Yeah, this is my cleaner. But WWDC 2022 introducing the new MacBook Air, 13-inch MacBook Pro. We'll talk about that. iOS 16, iPad OS 16, Mac OS Ventura, and
we have a lot to talk about, dude.
Yeah, some of it more than others. I like how the MacBook Pro 13's like at the bottom.
What is that thing?
Yeah,
we'll talk about that in a little bit, I guess.
So let's lead with the MacBook Air. So
yeah, let's just go top down, baby.
Yeah, top down. So the MacBook Air, I am happy with this because it's basically what I'm happy, but also not. The design I like. The colors should have been like the bold
colors
ones,
and the
dude.
Price are my two.
Yeah.
Meh.
Oh yeah, good point, dude. The price. I almost forgot, dude. So the MacBook Air is basically, if you remember the 14-inch MacBook Pro, they redesigned kind of the design language. It's more flat. Still rounded corners, but no longer a wedge shape. It's like it's a very
slab shape.
It's a slab shape, which I think is very clean and looks great. It's still thin as hell. MacBook Air, and they added the M2, so they announced the M2 chip, which is faster, whatever. It says 1.4 times faster than M1 model, 15 times faster than Intel-based model. We don't talk about that. Up to 18 hours battery life.
That's such a weird metric because they're still going off of the Intel-based model.
Yeah.
But that's already, what, like 4 years now? 3 years gone?
Yeah, I know.
3 years gone? Like, that's bizarre to me. Like,
well, I think they're still I think they're still, like, trying to hype up, like, guys, we make our own chips now, and they're way better than the competition. That's basically, they're still, I think M1 isn't kind of
it's not really showing me what it is against 12th gen, right? It's showing me what it is against the last Mac that was in a MacBook, or the last Intel chip that was in the MacBook.
Right. Because you can see what they're saying here. This is where they link down.
A dual-core Intel i5. Like, what?
Yeah, it's not really the
That's like
best.
A very unfair comparison, I think.
I'm glad they at least put like what their testing was, but it's got MagSafe now. 2 Thunderbolt ports, one side.
Can I be honest with you, man?
Sure.
After like the first 2 days, I've never used my MagSafe port again.
Interesting. Wow.
Have you?
I use it just because I have it, but
like I have it
work,
too, right?
I don't, because I already have USB-C chargers like ready for like a laptop.
Right. So like on my desk right now, I'm plugged into my dock, which is how you're getting my video.
Yeah.
That charges it. That's USB-C. So I don't use it at my desk. Over by my couch, Kelly charges her iPad, and now my phone is USB-C.
Right.
So like, why would I switch out the charger? It doesn't. There's no benefit to me. It doesn't charge faster.
No,
you know what I mean?
and I'm not going to go out of my way to like buy more MagSafe connectors, and put them everywhere that I sit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the only reason I have a MagSafe, like I use the one MagSafe connector I have over here at my couch, and when I'm sitting there with my laptop, that's the only time. Every other place that I sit, I have like another charger that's USB-C, and I plug in. Like if I go to work, USB-C. If I go to my desk right here, USB-C. If I am, the only time is if I'm sitting on the couch, because it's kind of better to like knock the MagSafe off if like you kind of land it on your lap and you're not like jamming a USB-C port. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit better for like that actual lap experience for a laptop.
So like, like just gonna tie it in full circle, because I realized that having an Android phone, right?
Yeah.
I could charge literally everything with one cable.
Yeah.
Including if I got a Samsung Watch again.
Right.
Because I could USB-C my phone and then charge my watch off the back of my phone if I needed to. And then I could charge my, my laptop, my camera, literally everything.
Yeah. That's why I'm investing in better USB-C chargers. That's why I bought that Anker one, that new 100-watt Anker dual charger, because I'm investing in that charging. You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to fast charge like everything.
Yeah.
And that's the power of it. But like if you're on iPhone, dude, you still lightning and still slow charging.
Yeah.
which is, it's a shame. But did you see that new EU stuff forcing Apple to USB-C?
Yeah, but that's not till 2023, and like there's some loopholes there where like I watched a video on it.
Yeah.
And it literally says that any device capable of being charged by a port has to be USB-C. So Apple could fuck you and just say, well, the phone is just MagSafe now.
Mm-hmm.
And then they still get their MFI program royalties.
Yeah. Which it's a real shame, dude. Like I'm not a fan of MagSafe. I mean, it's cool that it magnets to the phone, but like I don't know, man. I just got regular wireless chargers everywhere, dude. Like I ain't buying a MagSafe proprietary one.
The only place where I see the real value is like those Anchor like portable battery banks.
Yeah.
That you can MagSafe on the back.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But even then, like there's a company called Pitaka, and they make MagSafe cases for Android phones. So you can buy a Pitaka MagSafe case, and then you have the same functionality. Like it doesn't have to be built into the phone. You know, like everyone uses a case on their phone anyway. Like I mean, not everyone, but
yeah,
you know what I mean.
I get it. Yeah.
I think my issue with Lightning and MagSafe in general is there's not. I can't sit here. I don't know if you can sit here, but I can't sit here and give you a good argument for Lightning.
There's not. I
can't say. Oh well, you know, like at least with Lightning, we get X.
No,
there is literally not a good argument for Lightning.
No, there's not. Lightning should be dead. There's not a good one at all. Like I hate the fact that like my my AirPods Max is Lightning. Like what the fuck?
Same.
Like I hate that. Like give me. Yeah. It needs to be USB-C. Everything needs to be USB-C. I have enough Lightning cords, but like literally, why do I have to have a USB-C to Lightning cord on my desk? Like, why do I have to have this?
Bizarro world, isn't it? Yeah, like, it's crazy.
It's the only reason it's there is for these stupid headphones. Like I have, and then I have my USB-C one. You know, which is good for everything.
That's like when Kelly comes over because she has an iPad.
Yeah.
As you know, that's her only computer. She has an iPhone and she has an Apple Watch.
Yeah.
She literally has to bring a bag of chargers with her.
Yeah, that's wild.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
it sucks.
Like, yeah.
It's stupid. I mean, we'll get there. Dude.
Yeah.
It might be a while. Thankfully, Apple's been putting at least like, we got the iPad, USB-C, whatever. If it doesn't matter. We're not going to be on iPhones anyway. It sounds like we're going to be either if we do get an Apple device, it's going to be a laptop or it's going to be a tablet. And those got USB-C. So who cares? We're not in iPhone land anymore anyway.
So true. Big true. So let me ask you a question then, because we're kind of going through it now. Because this is what I didn't understand now. Like, I'm shocked that they can talk about it. So, as you know, I have an M1 or a MacBook Pro with an M1 Pro.
Okay.
Right? And that has a single media encode decode engine.
Oh,
and now the new M2 also has a single media encode decode engine. So right out the gate, like I have a better GPU and a better CPU than the M1 than the Air, right? But is their media encode and decode going to be faster than an M1 Pro because it's you know what I'm saying?
It's actually a big kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Here's okay. I think that you still stay with what you got, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to change because, like I said, the CPU is better. The screen is better.
The screen is still better. Like, you have the promotion. This isn't promotion, right?
No, it's not promotion, and it's not
XDR, yeah.
So, but I think what my point is the Air going to get better performance in, like, DaVinci Resolve than the M1 Pro?
Yeah, I mean, just encoding alone, maybe, or at least maybe equivalent. I don't have the specs in front, like I can't look a side by side, but I do know it's significant boost. So,
they don't really give specs for their media engine. You know what I mean? They just give you a percentage. So
yeah, I mean, it could be that with the onboard encoding decoding with their media engine, it could be just as good. If not a little bit better, who knows?
Right.
So that's actually very interesting because like it's so much cheaper. Like the Air, I mean, it's not as like the price is kind of weird because it's better now, but it is more expensive. Like they changed the category that the MacBook Air sits in. It used to be like this is the domain of like the 13-inch MacBook Pro, but now it's kind of like.
Well, it's really bizarre that it's only like what, like $100 or $200 off the base Pro now one should buy, but still.
But even still, like now you have to spec it up because like I would have to spec it up.
What's the? Do they have a configurer up yet for the new?
I mean,
MacBook Air?
You can go onto. Hold on, actually, I'm on the view pricing.
They do. Yeah.
So it's funny because you can get the old one still. It looks like. Okay, M2 chip. Right,
you just can't add it to the bag yet.
So,
oh, dude,
the GPU gets gimped if you go with the cheaper one, so you get 2 less.
Yeah,
cores.
You have to go with the higher one.
So if you want an actual M2 that's like not gimped, 8-core CPU, 10-core GPU,
you're basically looking at $1,900
for like the one that you would want
for 16 gigs, 1 terabyte.
So yeah, so if you want 16 gigs, 1 terabyte. Yeah, $1,900, which that's like 13-inch MacBook Pro territory.
The problem is that I got my MacBook Pro 13, 14.
Yeah.
I think it was. I could pull it up.
Sure.
I think it was like $2,200.
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't know if the Air. Like, I don't know, man. You know what was sweet about the Air is the M1 MacBook Air was like such a sweet spot. It was like, I think it was like $1,000, right? Like it was like $899, like $1,000, something like that.
Yeah.
And like it was a pretty good starting price. I don't know what actually after you configure it, it would end up being. But like, I feel like just the price increase like really sucks.
Well, I think the really big problem with the new one is like if you do video editing or anything like that, like it handled like tasks really well. Like RAM management is insane in Mac OS. Like I have the 16 gig MacBook Pro 14, and like I added 8K video on it. I do all of this stuff that I wouldn't be able to do with maybe even 32 gigs on a Windows machine.
Right.
So like for your average user, like you have a son or a daughter, they're going away to college, they want to be like a graphic designer. You can get away with like the 8 gig 512. I don't recommend 256 for anyone. And you're looking at like $1,100.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you could make the argument that like that's like $1,000. You know what I mean? And now you can't really make that argument anymore because just even specking up the hard drive is already going to put you closer to 1,500 than it is 1,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like,
I mean, it's kind of interesting. They're still selling the M1 chip MacBook Air. It's $1,000, 8-core CPU, 7-core GPU, 8 gigs unified memory, 256 gig SSD, $1,000, right? And then, you know, obviously, if they're still going to sell the M1 Air, like, of course the M2 Air is going to be more expensive. Like, they didn't even bother cutting the M1 price of the M1 Air.
So, like, here's the problem with that. And, like, we kind of saw that in the refresh.
Yeah.
Do you think this is Apple being greedy? Do you think that the new MacBook Air is priced the way it is because they took the Nintendo stance?
What's the elaborate?
So Nintendo doesn't. We talked about this maybe 4 or 5 podcasts ago, but Nintendo doesn't discount their games because they're already hitting sales quotas.
Yeah, that might be the case, man.
They've always taken the stance of, why would we put something on sale if we're already hitting our projected sales numbers? We would just lose money because people are buying it for full price anyway. So what I'm wondering is, does Apple already have a warehouse of shells of that wedge shape that they can't get rid of because there was a chip shortage, and now maybe their MOQs, their minimum order quantities on the original M1 are finally getting fulfilled, and like, we got to sell these, and people are going to buy them anyway. So we're not going to discount it and then sell the new one for the same price. We're going to sell this at the same price and increase the new one.
Hey man, that might exactly be what's happening. And
you know what I mean?
That's maybe why they're still selling the stupid 13-inch
That's bizarre
with the
to me,
M2
man.
in it. And we'll get to that in a minute. with the touch bar.
Is like EOL, man. Nothing's gonna support that.
Yeah, I know.
It's so wild. Weird.
It's wild. They're still
dude. It is weird.
It is weird. It doesn't make any sense that they would just take the literal 13-inch MacBook Pro and slap the M2 in it and call it a day and like sell that. And
yeah,
like,
it's weird.
What the hell? Like you could have made a redesigned one like you did with the Air, but no, dude. Like you didn't. You got lazy, and it's so weird. It's like maybe like you said. They got all this shit in, already in a warehouse somewhere that, logistics guy, right? Tim Cook's like, dude, let's clear this stock, dude. And that's what they're doing. And
I just can't really think of a reason why else you would, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
It's really weird. I don't know why Apple did it. I really don't. But, onto the Air, though. I like the Air.
I think the Air is great. Like, again,
too high, but Apple, like, here's the thing, they know what they got, dude, but I don't think now's the time to get greedy for Apple for the Mac, right? Because maybe they got like strong market share on like iOS and versus Android, but I think that in the PC market they really need growth. I think Mac needs growth.
I think so too.
And so you don't be greedy right now. You give people what they want right now. You make people happy. And I just don't know if this was like the best move for that, but.
So, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
So, because it sounds like we're poo-pooing on it. I mean, Kelly's probably going to buy a laptop in the fall. I'm going to recommend this, and this is going to be the one she's going to get. Like, it's still
right?
It's still a crazy machine.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, dude. Like, if I didn't have my current laptop, like, this would be mine. Like, I would get this one because I love the Air. I really do. It just, last generation Air with the M1 had problems that I couldn't get over. One of them was the only 400 nits of brightness.
Okay.
And you know me, I'm a brightness snob. So, like, the fact that now it's 500 nits, I'm like, okay, now we're talking, dude. Like, I'm okay with that. Like, 500 nits is, like, great for SDR content. Like, that's basically... that's basically what the SDR peak is in like our laptops. And like, thankfully we have the XDR displays, and with like Luma Fusion or whatever they have, I can really pump the brightness up to those XDR levels. That's the only thing keeping me in this camp. Cause like, I don't need, honestly, in my laptop, I rarely use the power of like the M1 Max that I have. Even the media encode engines, I don't use any of it.
I'm different. Basically, anything that's like quote unquote creative, I do on my Mac. And that's just because I can't. Well, a few reasons actually. One, I think it runs better. Like, maybe not like, it takes XYZ long to apply a mask or a filter or something. I think that my PC is probably faster at that. But what I'm talking about is apps crashing, just like the whole experience.
Yeah.
Like this is going to be super controversial.
You prefer
so like, don't.
It, I guess.
Yeah. So like, don't. This is like, it's totally subjective, but like, I think like the trackpad is fun to use.
Yeah.
No, on the Mac.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Like, but anyway, so like, also the screen is way more accurate for like photo and video editing.
Yeah.
So like, I have those profiles set up, and like, I can't trust my OLED monitor because of APL.
Right.
So I don't like editing on my desktop because of the monitor I use, which is weird because like, I also don't want to get rid of the monitor I use. You know what I mean? Totally. So like, I'm kind of in a weird predicament there, but I just think that like, I have a really good workflow that Mac enables me to do. I like the multiple desktop with the 3-finger swipe. I like doing all of that stuff, but I just feel like it's a more consistent experience on the Mac than on a Windows-based machine. And I have no concrete evidence of that.
I mean, my honestly, use cases the Mac is very. I like my Mac because it is a consistent experience, and I totally get that, man. Like, I think that's fine. So in your case, maybe like the Air is not enough like power, right? And also the throttling you're gonna get on having a zero fan passive cooling device. I think that might be, and honestly, that's why I'm upset so badly that they didn't redesign the 13-inch MacBook Pro. Is the fan might have been the thing to make me get a MacBook Pro,
Sure.
Just because of those times where I want to avoid thermal throttling.
Mm-hmm. See, for me, I think that the 14 Pro,
the
M1 Pro is like the best laptop for me because it's that really good compromise between performance and battery life and portability. So I think for me, you know, and like I said, like I have the M1 Pro, not the Max, and like this, for all intents and purposes, this thing is silent. This is a fanless laptop.
Yeah.
You know, like I could maybe count on one hand when I've heard the fan, and I literally had to put my ear up next to it. So,
right,
for all intents and purposes, the 14 with the Pro, not the Max, is fanless.
Yeah, for me, the Max does have fans, and it gets hot, dude. Like, I was just using it earlier on my lap, and like, dude, my laptop's not doing anything, but it's hot as hell. I'm like, what's going on? Like, it's not doing anything. Okay, like sometimes I'm watching a YouTube video, and maybe a 4K video is like, you know, making things get warm, but like why?
Yeah,
why?
I could tell you that like mine only gets warm if I'm doing like Resolve or something.
It's so weird. I was like, maybe I should like use
right
like
now,
battery like saver mode or whatever. Just to...
right now, even where the processor is in the back middle, it's cool. Like it's actually like cool. So I don't know.
But like, dude, summary on the Air, the new Air. It's a little bit more expensive than I wanted, but the fact that we got a new display, new design, that's pretty dope. 500 nits peak brightness, more power. M2 looks pretty good.
You need to check out, go build an M2 Air.
Yeah, sure.
And go to Space Gray and look at that wallpaper, dude. We need it.
All right, hold on. Let me show the podcast what I'm looking at, dude.
It has to be the Space Gray color, though.
Okay, so, how do I choose colors, dude?
Yeah, you have to go back first because you're already building a midnight one. Yeah.
Okay, Space Gray.
No, the wallpaper.
Purple?
Yeah, dude.
How the fuck?
That's so nice, dude.
Yeah, that's clean. Yeah, can we just rip this, dude?
I'm sure it's out there.
I'm gonna take this screenshot and then I'm gonna throw it in Waifu 2X to like AI upscale it, dude. Like it's gonna look fine. Like that's AI upscaling. You just got some gradients and shit, dude. Like that's gonna be fine.
That looks awesome, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I'm gonna steal that right now.
Waifu 2X.
Dude, that's the best upscaler.
Oh my god.
It's so good.
Dude.
Anyway, so yeah, 10 out of 10 on the MacBook Air other than the price. And but I think the device is like busted. So let's go back to let's go back, dude. Let's go back to what they announced. iOS 16, dude. So what? The only thing I care about is this like home screen apparently. New home screen.
It's weird, but like I'm a weirdo. Like maybe you are too, but like I don't
speak for yourself, dude.
Wow, man. Like I don't really see.
I love this.
I don't really see. Okay, then we're different because I love it too, but like I don't really see a use case where I'm like, man, this is the update I was waiting for.
No, not at all, I mean? Dude.
Like
this isn't exciting, right? Like this isn't new functionality, really. Like, okay, it's personalization, which everyone loves, right?
I will say, what I like more about the new lock screen is how it handles notifications and the persistent notifications. Like I think at WWDC they showed off like the persistent like Uber bar on the bottom. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I think this looks really clean though. It's got like an aesthetic that I get behind. Like it's just
it does look clean, but like if you've used that cutout thing on the Apple Watch, like where like it puts the time behind the picture,
is it bad or good?
That's the thing. It's hit or miss depending on the picture.
Look at this picture here. Do you see this?
Yeah, but that's because it's contrasty. Like I'm not gonna be like I'm not calling them out, but like they picked African American people and a bright background for a reason.
But you can see the fro is like there's like it's not just like black. It's like it's going through the alpha. Like, do you see that?
Yeah.
It's like good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's actually like you can see through the hair. Like what the hell?
Yeah. Well, like at least on the watch, like some pictures were fine. Some pictures were like, I can't use that one.
Dude, you're so right. Look at the contrasty people they're using. Yeah, good point, man. It's got to be like very contrasty or it's just gonna be broken. Like this person with black hair looking into the sky, dude. Like obviously, like
right, like
I could use like a fucking.
I'm not shitting on it because it's cool and it's gonna look good, but like not every photo is gonna be perfect.
No.
So
not even close. Not even close.
Actually, I kind of wanted to talk to you about the new message features.
Yeah, so they added
what
stuff
do you think
like
of the ability
message.
to delete a message? That seems weird, right?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of modern, man. Like a lot of modern messengers can do it.
Yeah, but like it's not really something that you would think of like a text messaging app to do.
Well, yeah, but and that's the difference though between it's not SMS, right? Like this is iMessage. So like if you got people on iMessage, you can delete. If you're sending to a green bubble, dude, like it's permanent. So yeah, you got to be iMessage. So I think that if you're on iMessage though, you ought to have these features. I mean, if we're chatting in Element, like yeah, I can delete and edit my messages.
Right.
iMessage is just getting more of these modernized features, and then they're marketing it. You know what I mean? Look what we can do.
I just think it's really interesting that like Elon pulls Twitter about an edit.
Yeah.
And
for Twitter.
Yeah, and then iMessage gets it.
Yeah, I think Twitter's gonna get an edit. I think it's gonna. I think it's only a matter of time. I mean, I think even Marquez wants it. So, yeah, whatever.
No, I could see that.
This is kind of neat. How good is this going to work? Where you like hold down and you like copy the dog and then paste it into whatever you're doing. Did you see that demo?
Yeah. I mean, like that'll probably work pretty good.
No. There's no way that's gonna look good. This looks good because it's contrasty as shit. But like,
I was gonna get that. So that'll work pretty good because look at the picture there.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's weird, man. Right? Like, it seems like this entire iOS like 16 update, or a good portion of it, is literally AI cropping.
Yeah, I know.
Because that's on the lock screen. That's on pictures.
It's stupid. And this right here,
Google Maps has had this since like 2014.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, how are you marketing this? Like, this just makes you look bad that you're even pointing at you didn't have this.
Yeah,
like, yeah, it's like this
bizarre to me.
Yeah, this is wild.
Yeah. Oh, actually, Apple Pay Later is pretty cool.
Yeah,
because I think they said 0 APR, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, you have no interest. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Because that's basically 0% financing on anything.
That's pretty neat. Yeah,
that's pretty neat.
I do like that.
Also, because we're on the Apple Pay screen, I do want to point out that Google Pay works a little bit differently than Apple Pay. So with Google Pay, all you have to do is just unlock your phone and put it next to the reader. You don't have to open a wallet or anything.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So that's like really convenient.
Yeah.
I mean, not that Apple Pay was inconvenient.
No, but I mean? Like, yeah, but I was like, oh, I don't have to open it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so like that's cool too. Sharing the room key is really neat.
How's this work here? Wallet, favorite messaging. How's this work? Share your keys? Is this like password sharing or what? Oh
no, like
what is this? Oh,
like a lot of hotels have like digital keys now.
Yeah, you can share those.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's really
cool.
So
like if you go to a hotel and you share like the digital key with everybody.
Yeah.
That's super nice. Yeah. That is cool. Let's see what else we got. Home app. I don't. This looks literally the same though. It just says Matter compatibility, which is the new standard coming. Right now, everything that's Matter sucks though.
Wait, hold on. In like one of our first podcasts, I think you mentioned Matter, didn't
support,
you? Yeah.
So I know that they're like I think the new Apple TVs and maybe the HomePods have Matter support built in, but it might not be activated. I think that's what I'm getting out of this because it says Matter support coming later this year, but it might be that it's the quick pairing technology that they're gonna have for Matter devices. You know how like Apple Home devices like have like the QR code, you scan it to add it in. I wonder if like Matter as a standard has like a similar pairing method, and that's what the Matter support is talking about. But I don't know. I need to look more into this because Matter, if it does what it says it's supposed to do, it's going to make smart devices like, because everyone's got their own standard, right? That's the problem with smart home devices is like some people support Alexa, some support Google Home, some support, HomeKit.
That's kind of what's cool about the Google ecosystem, right? Is like, you literally just link whatever account it is to your Google device.
Yeah, but that's the problem about it too, because now I have to have a fucking account with every one of these different smart home providers. True. I hate that, dude. Why do I have to have a million spam fucking emails from these stupid companies because I had to sign up for their stupid app because I have a light bulb from them? Like, it's stupid.
That's true.
I hate having to download.
That's valid.
But like, yeah, I mean, you're right. Like, you can do more at what cost, and that's what I like about HomeKit. I don't have to. If it's HomeKit compatible, it just QR codes in, and then it's working. No accounts, no more. I don't need more apps, dude. On my Android phone, I have like a smart home folder, and I got my Samsung fucking smart things app, and I got my LG ThinQ app because I have a fucking smart fridge from Samsung.
Yeah, but like,
and I want to be able to look at what's in my fridge from my phone.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. All right, I see value in that.
Not really. And then like one of the things I wanted from the LG app was to see. I wanted my phone to tell me when my laundry was done. Like, I just want little notifications when my laundry was done. Okay. But like, at what cost? Because now my LG app is trying to sell me LG shit all the time.
Yeah, but my TV tries to sell me shit when I turn on my computer. So
yeah, I know, it's retarded. That's why I turn off all the smart LG.
Can I tell you what bothers me, dude?
Yeah.
Does your bar still come up on the bottom of your OLED when you turn it on?
What bar?
Like the bar that shows you like all the channels and stuff, like the LG Home or whatever.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you turn that off?
I don't know. I just don't have it. That's weird that you get that.
I was gonna say, like, mine comes on and like it's really frustrating because like it stays on.
What if that's a
longer? Setting? It stays on longer than my computer takes to boot, so I can't see my start menu for like 30 seconds because of this stupid like
setting or
HBO Max advertisement.
No, in fact, I don't know, man. Maybe I have the smart shit turned off on like my monitor one, but I'm not sure.
So I do like go back
the
up.
Smart health and fitness stuff.
The smart health thing I think is really cool.
Well, they let you have it without the Apple Watch,
right? Which I think is huge.
Yeah, I love that because like, if you want to be able to have like
your phone on you and have your phone track you, because your phone already records your steps. I mean, granted, it's not nearly as accurate, but it's still something. But what I like about it now is the watch tracks that like up and down movement when you're running.
Right.
That's super cool. I also like that we now have a competent sleep tracking app, and I like the medication thing. Like, I personally don't take medication, but like my mom is on like blood pressure pills, right? Yeah. So like it'd be cool to like know, to like get a reminder, like not me necessarily, but like if you had like a loved one or a family member who's on like mission critical medication, that your trusted contacts could get a notification when you take a pill. I think that's kind of cool.
I think it's cool because I know when I get old and I need to like be on medication constantly, I'm gonna need shit like this.
You know what I mean? Need tech to help me. I'll be dead, dude.
Yeah, I know, but like I do need this shit because like I am terrible at tracking anything like with my brain. I have to use technology, dude.
Yep.
Child management stuff is always gonna be good. I know for me personally, because you know I have one. This stuff's always like empowering the parents. I never feel like I can tweak it to where I like it though.
Empowering the parents.
Well, for me, like for example, you know, my son, he has a Windows 11 computer and you can set up parental controls.
Sure.
But like I find that the parental controls are too aggressive. And so I ended up just turning them off altogether because I cannot tune it to where he can play Minecraft. Literally can't log in and play Minecraft because it's Microsoft account based and it has like all these parental controls, and apparently it won't let me freaking, you know, use Minecraft. And I'm like what the fuck? It's really, it's just wild. Anyway, so let's keep going. You hitting buttons, dude?
I didn't know what it did.
Yeah. We're using like a Element. It's actually a Jitsi chat room. Yeah, I'm getting cool sound effects from it. I'm like, what the hell was that? Okay, family, new device setup for childs. That's kind of cool, the quick start thing. That might be kind of cool if you get your son an iPad.
Sure.
You get him an account, whatever. CarPlay. I really think this is cool. So look how cool that is, dude. Tell me that
first off, that looks great. One, not a real car. Two,
correct.
We're just getting vehicle announcements in late 2023. We're not getting a car. We're getting a vehicle announcement in 2023.
Correct.
So we're not going to see this stuff until at least 2025.
Right. Yeah, it's a real shame. I think that this looks cool, dude. This is what I want. I want this shit. Like Tesla, they don't do this. They don't do this.
I'll be honest with you. Yeah. I wish that my Tesla would let me use Android Auto or CarPlay.
Did you see? Yeah, I agree, dude. That's one of the worst things. Like Tesla has a really decent car infotainment system compared to other cars. But if you compare it to what Android Auto and like CarPlay can do, like they have clear advantages.
Yep.
So it's a shame that I can't get both.
Yeah, because
what I mean?
Like listening to like a podcast on my Tesla is nowhere near as convenient as like listening to podcasts in Kelly's car.
Yeah. So Kelly's car, what has both of those support? Yeah. What do you think? Because I haven't like as a Tesla owner, like I haven't had the opportunity to own a car that has both. Like, what do you think about Android Auto, CarPlay, all that?
So here's the thing, right? So like modern cars will do wireless both.
Yeah.
So like Kelly's car, like it's kind of like transparent. You know what I mean? Like you just get in the car and then it automatically launches into CarPlay or Android Auto. You know, but it's literally like just having like CarPlay, for example. It's honestly like having a little miniature iPad up there.
Yeah.
Which I could kind of like what I kind of wish Tesla would do is like keep the left side. You know, like where like your speedometer and all that shit is.
Right.
And then the right side, let me get CarPlay. You know what I mean? Because like
I said, perfectly capable of it.
Like if you see these apps in this picture here, like on your screen, right? You just click podcasts or you click audiobooks, and then it takes you to your podcast library. It takes you to your audiobook library. Whereas like with the Tesla, I feel like I'm at a very large limitation unless I use Spotify.
Right.
You know, and with CarPlay or Android Auto, I could use Tidal, and then it gets a little Tidal icon. I could use Apple Music, and then it gets the little Apple Music icon. And then there's like really unique split screen views where like it'll show you some of Apple Maps and some of what's playing, and then like maybe your calendar. Like I just feel like it's a nicer system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't want to say it feels more modern, but it feels more usable, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah, you know what's wild about this though is, you know, all this running off of your phone, like it's kind of, I don't know, man, it's kind of weird, man. I feel like
it's bizarre to me, like it's like a sub OS that most people don't get access to.
Yeah, it's weird because like if you have this and then like say you have like a card just like this and then like you hook up your phone, like what happens, like do you think it puts some of Android Auto's like stuff in the car? Like do you think it's kind of running on the car actually? Because I feel like it would have to. Like what if your phone just like died, right? And you're like you have all your car shit up. Like is it gonna like just freak the fuck out, like safety wise, right?
Well, that's weird, right? Because then at that point then it wouldn't really need your phone, right?
Yeah, but I feel like it would almost be like it would put some of like the core of the Android Auto stuff, like it would kind of transfer it onto it, and then like it would run, and then like
I don't know
would still
how
need
it works.
The phone for like your app integration and stuff. But like I think some of the stuff would have to run on car, like your speedometer, like UI stuff. I don't know, the map stuff's obviously going to be streamed from your phone a little bit, but
so
like I think essential
right
systems
now,
would have to be car ran.
Well, nothing on this screen is really essential. Okay,
right.
So like what I think will happen is, first off, I think it all runs on your phone. And
I think knowing what gear you're in, maybe your speed.
Yeah, but like no car is not going to have nothing, right?
Well, no, but I think eventually what you're going to get is like it's going to realize like your phone disconnected and then flip over to your car OS.
Right. So like Kelly's car, like if I'm using wired CarPlay, right, and I unplug my phone, it instantly just goes back to like the Hyundai dashboard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like instantly, like it's back. You know what I mean? So like I feel like if your phone died, this would just go back to whatever the default dash of your car was, and you know what I mean?
It's wild because like think about this, right? Like say you buy a car like this, and like they're gonna have to make a UI like to fit this crazy screen situation.
Well, this isn't real, right? Like no car is gonna look like this,
which is a shame because this looks awesome.
Yeah, actually, there is a car that looks pretty similar to this available right now. Mercedes makes it.
Yeah, isn't there like a new Hyundai that's like electric, that's got screens that are kind of cool? I think
it was. So Kelly actually ordered one. It should be here in July. Something.
You know what I'm talking about?
Well, she's gonna get the new Tucson, but that looks very similar.
They probably have similar like car situation.
But pull this up quick, just because we're talking about dashes. You could buy this right now. Look at that dash, dude.
Hold on.
Tell me that's not the coolest dash you've ever seen.
All right, so I'm gonna show the podcast. So what do we got here? Okay, hold on.
It's all electric.
Ooh. Wow, that thing looks like an alien spaceship
Doesn't it,
right now, dude.
Doesn't
it helps that they got the RGB lights, outside the car.
But look at that screen that's even in front of the passenger section.
Yeah, that's cool. That's what I want to see, more screen in my car. Dude.
So like, scroll down a little bit. Like they show one that's just like the dash, like out of the car. I think there it is. Like right below you.
Oh yeah, just cut out. Yeah. So it's like insane? 3 screens. You got like this one, this one, this one. Yeah. Pretty neat. The widest widescreen. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, bud. But I mean, pretty neat. Pretty neat, dude. I like this. You know what this reminds me of, dude? It's like alien space interior shit. Like,
dude,
this
is
when you see shit like this, you feel like you're in the future.
You feel like you're watching like an episode of The Expanse or Battlestar Galactica or something.
Yeah.
It looks cool, dude, doesn't it?
Yeah, honestly. Wow. This is something, dude. I really like this. It reminds me of Halo. Reminds me of fucking Halo. Like I'm in a Covenant ship, dude. Like,
I was gonna say, like from an interior standpoint, I think this is my new favorite.
Yeah, honestly, this is wild. This is a luxury car though, so I'm looking at like the
price. Yeah, don't even look at the price.
Don't even look at it. Yeah, but what's this electric car here? What is this called? Fuck.
The Ioniq?
Is it the Ioniq? Yeah, I bet you it is. I'm trying to look. Yeah, the Ioniq 5 or whatever. Have you seen that? I'm sure you've seen it. Let me pull it up for the podcast. I think it's kind of neat looking, dude. Let me look at the screens on that. Does it even show? Yeah, interesting back. It's like, I think MKBHD talked about this one too. Yeah, look at that, dude. It's got like a weird, like, pixely design. Where's the interior, dude? I care about the. There it is. It's kind of clean.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah,
it's kind of clean. It's got like screens and shit. Yeah, it's not bad, dude. It's not bad. I was like, dang, okay, it's kind of cool. It's not nearly as cool as like what you're seeing in the Apple CarPlay demo and shit, but I think we're getting there, dude. I think people are starting to like ramp up on infotainment and like car technology and stuff. We're competing with Tesla now. We're like getting serious. I think it's a good thing. But let's go back to Apple, dude. Let's go back to Apple. We got to wrap the podcast up. So let's speed run the rest. Privacy and security, whatever. Safety check, okay, cool. Accessibility, okay, always good, always good. Control Apple Watch with iPhone, I guess. What the hell? AirPlay mirror, whatever. Okay. Okay, and so much more, blah blah blah. iOS 16, you get new wallpapers, guys. macOS Ventura, I don't know what's going on here. I didn't see anything I liked. Actually, I saw things I hate. Okay, maps more powerful. Spotlight search getting smarter, always good. Still not as good as like, what do they call it? Alfred, that's the strong gold standard. Safari and passkeys is like another like password manager thing, it sounds like. Whatever. I use Bitwarden, so I don't really care about that. Messages, we talked about that. Collaboration features, they're basically adding all the cool things you can do with like Google Docs and like Microsoft whatever Teams and SharePoint. Yeah. They're adding that stuff to the Apple ecosystem, which I think is about time, honestly. This is one of those things that they should have had a long time ago.
I think that, like, as a whole, my biggest problem with Ventura, it's not really a problem, right? But, like, everything they've shown is catch-up. Like, Metal is catch-up. The collaboration is catch-up.
Correct.
Search is catch-up.
And Stage Manager is just a step backwards. So
that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, so Stage Manager.
That's for people who like don't know how to computer.
Correct. So it's basically a weird like sidebar thing. Did I say this the other day? It's like Windows Vista. You ever hit like Windows key arrow, tab? Dude. It's like arrow.
Tab Windows key. Yeah.
It looks like arrow.
It looks just like it. Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, we did that a long time ago. Like, who cares? Like you were saying, just hit Command H.
Command H, dude. That's the real way to do it, dude. Like, how good was my video?
It was good. Yeah, he basically was like, dude, check this out. You can Command H. It's like, dude, I have to go into this thing and click. Dude.
Yeah, and then you also lose real estate on the bottom and the side.
You know where this would make sense?
No.
This would make sense if they made Mac OS have a touchscreen. But it doesn't. They brought this to iPad OS, right? They brought it to iPad OS. How come it's on my Mac if you're not trying to like hint at touchscreens on Mac eventually?
Right?
Like
I think
they
because
keep adding stuff that's like touch UI, but we don't have a touchscreen.
This is weird to me. This whole thing is just weird to me.
It is. It is.
The Stage Manager is just weird
in general. But like, I think that you could make it make sense if it sounds like they're trying to solve a problem that we don't have. But if you thought about it like they might have touchscreens one day, now it kind of starts to make a little bit more sense.
I don't know. I don't think so. Because Windows laptops have touchscreen, and like I can't think of any Windows laptop where touch is the primary input method. It's not.
It's not. It's
a secondary or tertiary input method. It's not.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like no one is gonna take their finger off of their cursor and then ooh, I gotta
what if they
poke around over here.
What if they put like Mac OS on the iPad? Then it would be your primary and like everything else.
But they're not going to do that. But they're not going to do that.
It's so weird that they do this though. It's like they're stepping that way without committing to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's really weird.
This is just weird. Okay, we can switch between apps already.
Yeah.
I can already make my idea.
I don't care about any of that. FaceTime, don't care. This did have a cool thing.
No, this is dumb. This is the least Apple looking. Look at that thing, dude. No, that's like a goddamn hair clip.
I think it's dumb but they're doing it. But this like widescreen thing they're doing is kind of neat.
Okay, the widescreen thing is fine.
That's the one gimmick that makes this neat, but it's probably not going to be good.
It's so unelegant, dude. Like, that is so unelegant. Like, could you imagine how many people are going to have their laptop screen at, like, a slight angle back, and they're going to clip their iPhone camera on during a call, and their whole laptop
I don't think anyone's going to do this. I don't think anyone's going to do this.
All this is, dude, you know what this is? This is a continuity flex to show how low latency their continuity is.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Maybe.
And like, it's basically an ecosystem flex. This is dumb. They're not even making a first party adapter for it. They're relying on Belkin to make all this.
Yeah, it's ugly. Look, they don't even show one here. They just have it like duct taped to the goddamn monitor.
Dude. Gaffer tape, dude.
Yeah, gaffer tape to that.
Like this looks like.
And they don't even have the camera centered either. They have them off to the side, just like you'd want to have them centered. Like this one.
Yeah. You know what this reminds me of, dude? Do you remember the first Apple Pencil that plugged into the iPad?
Yes. Yes, that was dumb. Yes.
This is that.
Oh, no.
This is so unelegant.
It's so weird. Apple does like... It's a coin toss whether or not it's elegant or not with Apple. Yeah. Sometimes it's like, why the fuck? Who thought to do it this way? And then like, yeah, it's really goofy. We won't talk about that anymore. This widescreen thing that they're doing might be interesting, but other than that...
macOS got 2 more games. We saw that. Yeah. That's basically this whole section.
Yeah, it's upsetting. So we got Metal 3, which is their graphics API they use on the Macs. And that's cool that they're playing catch up there, but we really just need Vulkan support, honestly.
Yeah.
That's what we need. If we had Vulkan support, we could get things like maybe even Proton to work, and then you could get PC games on your Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doom, like a ton of games would be Mac capable if we just get Vulkan. But they want to stay Mac proprietary. They want to keep people in the Mac ecosystem. They don't want to allow other ecosystems.
This is literally an Endless Paper knockoff. A very popular iPad app. It's also Microsoft Whiteboard.
It's not even worth talking about.
No,
does anyone work like this?
A lot of people. It's huge. It's well, like you work in smaller companies.
Maybe.
No. Like you work in smaller companies, but like if you wanted to like like value stream map out like a process, right? Like this is really good for that. Like there's a popular app for people who do like continuous improvement and like value stream mapping in like the manufacturing space.
I mean, I could do this with network engineers, right? Like
exactly right. But like if you want to like the app I was talking about was Stormboard, by the way. But like if you wanted to sit down with like a department and like the department wanted to streamline how they assemble a chair, then they're going to put down every step they do in the warehouse to assemble a chair and where there's time loss.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like for that kind of stuff, it's really good. But I digress because
if people actually use this, I'm glad that they add it. Like I think Apple's platform needs to have parity with everyone else. Right. And like this stuff, I mean, I'm glad they're doing it, but I don't think it's really worth talking about. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. It's a catch up thing. Great. We can change the color more.
More privacy stuff, accessibility stuff, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
You can voice chat while you game.
Cool. We can do that already. iPad OS 16. Okay, so they added center stage. That's all I know.
That's really... and they added a weather app.
Oh, we got a weather app,
We still can't math, though. That's still beyond us.
No calculator. We don't know how to math.
That's iOS 17.
Yeah, we don't have the technology yet for math on the iPad. No. Stage manager, who cares? This is terrible. This is terrible.
Well, like I just don't. It's frustrating because like
I just don't.
When Craig was moving apps around, when Air Force One was moving apps around the iPad, it was purposefully like moving the apps behind it into like specific zones.
Yeah.
And like I'm really afraid that I'm not going to have like freeform movement.
Yeah, it didn't look like true Windows based like movement.
It kind of looked like
snappy kind of.
Yeah.
And it might not be ideal. So I'm really curious to play with it.
This is huge for me, though. Finally, we get full screen external display support. Right. That's huge.
Yeah.
Even if you don't buy into the center stage gimmick, just having full screen external display support's awesome.
You know, what was weird is I never saw them full screen anything on the external display. So
I don't know if that's just because they're showing off Stage Manager, or if in order to get this you have to use Sage Manager, which would suck.
That's what I'm worried about. I don't want it to be like weird to where I can't full screen stuff or like do a split thing like I normally would do.
Yeah.
Like if it's stuck to using center stage, like that's so lame. Like I don't care about having this. What? Look at all the wasted space. Like I hate that.
That's basically like a 22-inch monitor now.
Yeah, it's I hate it. I hate it.
Reference mode on the iPad's cool. Welcome thing. I use them all the time on the Mac. Glad it's on the iPad. That's huge.
What does this do?
It basically allows you to set like color space.
Oh, it lets you alter it?
I don't know if you can alter it, but like the Mac has like specific presets already. But on the Mac you can make your own too, right?
Yeah. But on the iPad you don't have that.
But
maybe
again,
you do now.
You know, like if there's Rec 709, if there's 100 nit, if there's P3. Yeah,
this is really good.
Yeah, I know.
Because like the iPad's like kind of oversaturated and poppy.
Yeah,
and like it is not
really good.
Like I mean, I love using the display for content consumption, but if you're trying to grade, it's not ideal. Like you were saying.
No, like that. Like that's the thing. There it is, man.
This should be at the top. Like why isn't this
a big deal?
Dude?
Yeah. This is the biggest improvement,
honestly,
man. I'm buying an iPad 12.9 just for weather.
I could never find a weather app I liked better.
That didn't suck.
Yeah. Like honestly, like I've had them all too. I've bought the ones that are like, what's the cool one that has like the snarky motherfucker?
Carrot weather. But Dark Sky was like the most accurate, right?
Yeah, but then they bought them.
Like 4 years ago, and now they finally did something with it.
Yeah, thank goodness. So good, and it's just a sexy weather app, to be honest. It looks nice. Sexy. It's clean. It doesn't need to be more than it is,
Hey, games on the. Do you remember when Apple had a Game Center dashboard and then they got rid of the Game Center dashboard and now they're bringing it back as a new feature?
I know, it's wild. So, I don't care. I don't care about Game Center. Yeah. I don't have like an Xbox Live experience with my iPad friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't want one either.
Yeah.
Look, you can live stream. You can be a streamer now, iPad streamer.
Yeah, dude, iPad gamer, dude. Yo, it might take off with Diablo Immortal. Yeah.
No.
Immortal.
Yeah. Hey guys, you want to watch me spend $10K on Diablo Immortal
and not get a 5-star gem?
Yeah, exactly. Now you can do
intelligence. I like how this one. This category is just intelligence.
It's
like it doesn't tell me anything else. It just says intelligence.
Yes, that's all you need. All right. It's
iOS 16. We have intelligence.
Bold. You've never had that before, but now
no, never
now
had
you do.
It.
Look, somebody's coding and intelligently.
and they're watching it.
Oh God. Okay, Siri, whatever. Let's keep going. HomeKit. We've already seen this stuff.
Yeah. This is basically
okay. Look, you can customize your menu, dude. Holy shit.
That's huge.
That's huge, dude. Oh my God. Finally, freeform.
Oh, here's whiteboard again.
Yeah.
Do you feel like all three of their operating systems are just advertising the same features?
Well, yeah, a lot of it's like kind of overlapping. So
live captions have been in Google since like Android 11. So
catch-up features. Yeah, it's not exciting, guys.
Wait, go back up. What's that Apple News thing? Because my sports.
Who cares about sports? Yeah.
I'm actually a big proponent of Apple News. I think it's fantastic.
I'm gonna look into that because I do like the way it looks. At least watchOS 9. Is this good? Anything here?
The only thing that I saw that was really stand out to me is the new.
I like new workout views. That's kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah, the new workout views are awesome, but the how it tracks running.
Yeah,
I kind of like that.
I saw like they had like a little animation on the person running and it doing like calculation on stride.
So like I only know this because like my one boss is big into running, but like one of the things they analyze if you go to like a running coach or to like get fitted for shoes, like outside of like measuring your gait and stuff. Right. Is some people tend to like bounce when they run.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm like that.
And like I'm like that's wasted energy.
It is.
So like this will tell you how much your Z axis is going up and down.
Yeah, this is it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's part of it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty bad. I'm bouncy when I run and it's been a problem. I had to fix it when I was in the military. Yeah, medication stuff. We saw that sleep tracking. I still don't buy into it, but I think it's neat. Watch faces. This is so ugly.
That's disgusting.
Who?
That's creeping me out.
It's
even,
so
dude.
bad, dude. Like
that's
it moves
me out
and shit.
even.
They got like eyes on. I don't know.
I wonder if the sleep tracking does what the Samsung sleep tracking does. Because if it does, that would be awesome.
I don't know anything about that.
Dude, the Samsung one.
Yeah.
It'll detect when you snore, and then it'll turn on the microphone and record you snoring.
Dude, that's sick, dude. That's
so
cool.
like you can wake up and listen to yourself saw on wood, dude.
Right. Oh, podcast listening on your wrist, dude. Technesthetic on your wrist. There we go, dude.
There you go, dude.
There it is.
Keys for safety.
Whatever. Keys, whatever, dude. Okay, so this is basically it. So yeah, that's been basically it. Oh yeah, here's the grand finale, guys.
I like how like it's like it's like a footnote.
It's like white. Everything's white until you get to it.
The black stain.
The black stain on the event. The MacBook Pro 13. Look at this. You saw him touch bar.
Why are we touching, dude?
I don't know. I thought touching was like old now.
Yeah, I thought we forgot that we touched.
Yeah, this is just. Oh my God. It's literally the old MacBook Pro with an M2 in it.
I forgot
That's
that we
the
touched.
whole fucking thing, dude. Does it even have the new colors? No, it doesn't, dude.
No, it's just the same.
Shit.
I told you, dude. Timmy has an Indiana Jones vault somewhere of these cases and the MacBook wedge cases, the MacBook Air wedge cases. He's like, well, we gotta get rid of them.
Yeah,
so.
They slapped the M2 in it and they called it a day. I mean, to be fair, the design's not bad, but like, why would you buy this one?
The problem with the design is it's already encroaching on the 14, and I wouldn't buy this over the Air.
No. You would need to buy the 14 or the Air. Like there's no reason to get the 13 in my opinion. Like
I feel like anyone who buys that is just uninformed, and then at that point I feel it's predatory.
Yeah. I think that you might go in and see the touch bar and like look at the gimmick and be like, "Ooh, it's cool," and then like
exactly that's what I mean. Like I think that like someone would go in, and think it's neat, and then you know what I mean. Like I don't know.
No, I think you're right, dude. But it's just like it's just so bad to still have it. I just don't. So like, all right, dude. Now that we've talked about all the things on the event, I just want to get your hot take. Give me the hot take, man.
Sure. So, I think that there's nothing that really excited me at the event.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. The thing that I'm most excited for is the weather app. That sounds weird, right? But like, I don't care about Stage Director. I don't care about
any of the software stuff, the OS stuff. You don't care about.
No. Let me take that back. I'm really excited for the M2 Air.
Yeah.
because Kelly was waiting to get for the new Air refresh to come out to buy a laptop.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
The Air is exciting.
Yeah. The Air is super exciting. From an iOS standpoint, like previous, I guess WWDCs, I'm like, oh, I got to install the beta on something. I don't feel that way with any of the betas right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like putting on iOS beta. I don't feel like putting on iPad OS beta. I don't feel like putting on Mac OS beta. Nothing from a software side is like, I need to have that. Actually, I would prefer if I didn't have Stage Director.
Yeah, I know.
So
I don't think you have to use it. It looks like it's one of those optional kind of features.
Yeah, but the problem I have right now, dude, is it goes in control panel, and that's where my button for keyboard brightness is.
Oh.
So like, they're gonna take that away from me, dude.
I hope not, man. Because like I don't want them to mess with what we like and what's comfortable.
Yeah.
If they add to it, that's one thing. But if you modify it in a way that we dislike, that's another. I like the new lock screen, but like that's it.
Yeah, but like that's not giving me features. You know what I mean? No. Like that's not making me do more on my phone or making my phone more valuable. It's cool for sure, but like
well, one of the things that I think is cool about the iPad OS is their what was it, like they tweaked it so apps can use more RAM now or something. Like because that was one of the
it's weird, isn't it? Like isn't it like VRAM, right? Like they can use storage for RAM. Like
it was like it's like a new thing on it to where it's like not capped anymore like it was. Yeah. Which is good because like I know apps were really kind of starved for some of that.
Well, we kind of talked about that in the beginning with Diablo Immortal on my phone.
Exactly.
Right?
So yeah, and iOS devices have never iOS and any of the iPad OS devices like haven't really had a ton of memory. Like they've always been like really kind of stingy on putting lots of memory.
I think my biggest complaint is, and this is with the current ecosystem in general, is if you look at the phone and you look at the iPad, it is so not pro compared to the MacBook Pros.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You know what I
mean? It's not there yet.
I like doing pro work on my MacBook Pro.
Right.
I feel like I'm extremely limited on the other two devices.
Right. Yeah, it's really weird. So do you know Mac Address, the YouTube channel? The one guy,
LTT one,
LTT one. Yeah, so he said that in the LTT office, a lot of people want to see the iPad OS be more Mac-like, and he disagrees, right? And I think he's right on that because iPad OS isn't really like I guess ideal. It's like good the way it is, right?
I want to give you a hot take
for casual content.
I want to see iPad OS be Samsung's tablet OS. I don't want it to be full on Windows,
right?
But I want to have that. I basically want my iPad OS to be DeX.
Yeah, I want to be able to run Mac OS on it.
Okay, so you want to go the full way?
Well, that's what. Well, I want to be able to like either I'm in iPad OS or Mac OS. I don't want to like weird half in between.
Okay.
Because like I feel like if you try and take iPad OS and make it more like Mac OS, you're not going to be able to make it as good as Mac OS. And in fact, you're going to take away what makes iPad OS so good.
See, my problem with that is I don't think Mac OS is really designed for touch.
It's not.
And
so that's where like the keyboard and trackpad add-on comes in, right?
Yeah, but then I don't want to lose that functionality, right? Like I don't want it to be something that's like, well, you get this really pro experience, but you have to buy this $500 accessory to get there.
Well, I think that you ought to be able to switch modes, right? So like it's USB-C, so like why can't I dock it to like with a dongle and get like a keyboard mouse monitor, right? Okay. And then be able to have like a more pro OS like come up like Samsung DeX style. Like I think that's ultimately like say in 10 years from now, right? 10 years from now, I think that's going to be way more common to have a device that you just plug in and like get the desktop OS. I think that's coming because like,
I think you're right.
It's seriously coming.
I think that Samsung is kind of ahead of the game with that because I think you're onto something there. You know what I mean? Like,
we're gonna be there.
We kind of see it with CarPlay, right? Where like your phone connects to the car and it becomes something else, and then your phone. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm going to say that with the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck is a great example of that.
There you go.
because
there you go.
In desktop mode, it has literally full Linux. And then it has a mode that's game mode, which is optimal for the portable experience. So it lets you toggle between those two modes. And I think as a result, it's a very great, it has a lot of utility behind it. Because it lets you, obviously, desktop mode is optimal for the desktop, and then game mode's optimal for that portable experience. Same thing with the iPad. It could do the same thing where you switch to like a Mac OS mode at the desktop.
That's a really good example, man.
Yeah, I think so. And that's what, I really love that. And I think more devices are going to be doing that going forward, because now these portable devices are so powerful, you might as well do it. And people...
Yeah, especially for like general computing, you know what I mean? Like...
It's just more powerful to have a full-blown OS. Think about nowadays, iPad OS, you said it can replace a lot of people's main computer. And I think that's kind of true, but it's not going to fully replace Windows, Mac OS.
I mean,
it's not.
It depends on the use case, right? So before Kelly got into photography with an actual camera, iPad was 100% solid. But now that she does that she has a Canon and RP and she does photography, now she's running into limitations already. You know what I mean? So and the stinky part about it is it's not a hardware limitation. You know what I mean? Like Lightroom runs fantastic on there. Everything runs fantastic on the iPad. It's an M1 in it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an OS issue.
Right. So do you think one day mobile operating systems will become so advanced that they'll start to take market share away from your desktop OSs? And they've already done that, but I mean talking about in a bigger way, to where I think Microsoft and even Apple are going to be
well, here's the thing, and this is why I think that may be a possibility, is largely because I think ARM is the future, even on desktop. You know what I mean?
ARM is continued to impress me as far as its performance per watt characteristics.
And its scalability. I mean, M1 M1 Max, M1 Ultra, they're insane scalability.
Well, let me say, I don't know, man, 12th gen kind of impressed me.
Yeah, but 12th gen does it at bro, my CPU pulls almost 400 watts when it's overclocked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, that's a good point, man.
12th gen is crazy, but at what cost?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. But so even then, I think that you're still going to have a market for people that want the most performance. And
no, I get that. But that doesn't mean that we can have a 400 watt ARM chip at some point. Maybe. You know what I mean?
We haven't seen it yet, right?
Yeah.
This is where Apple can come in. We haven't seen what their Mac Pro will be, and if they decided to go that route, imagine if they scaled up the their ARM chips, but then they were let's use the power and thermal budget of a desktop PC.
Yeah.
And let's push it and see how far we can go. And that would be super interesting, because right now at the high end, that's all you got is x86 chips from Intel and AMD.
I mean, there's a dude,
dedicated GPU makers, and that's it.
There's a dude I watch on YouTube, and he's predominantly a coder, and he was compiling things in Visual Studio, and he was using a 12th gen 12900K versus the M1 Ultra, and under tasks like that, the Ultra was twice as fast.
I mean, that's significant.
Now, when you run Cinebench or something, the 12900K was faster.
Well, the problem with Cinebench is it's heavily multi-threaded.
Right.
And so, of course, right? That's the thing at the desktop is, you've been able to get 32 cores, 64 threads and shit. That's wild. Right. Yeah. And that's just going to outdo, in these benchmarks, it's going to outdo a lot. What I care about, though, as a gamer is single core performance, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to see ARM chips that can, boost higher in single core tasks compared to, a 12th gen, Intel chip.
I guess what my point for saying that was if you were making a workstation, right? Like a straight up workstation.
Yeah.
Apple's quote, first attempt at a desktop processor already shits on the top of the top of the line Intel chip, and it does it without a fan.
Yeah,
the fan didn't even turn on in that. No, I think that's a lie. I think the M1 Ultra's fan is always at 1200 RPM, but it never moves.
Yeah, the M1 Ultra seems like a really beast of a chip. I wish that we had an opportunity to put our hands on them because like I would love to do my RimWorld test on it.
Yeah.
Although, you know, the thing about the M1 line of chips is it's been really just scaling up. I don't know if they've really modified their single core characteristics across.
No, the single core has been the same across everything. Yeah.
So like that's what I want to see improvements on is like, because I can lag out RimWorld on my M1 Max because it's just a single core game. I know it's not really the ideal place for it, but yeah, I think there's still, like, for me personally, I can't get rid of the desktop, and it's just because of things like that, and also that's where like the peak performance is right now. We're getting there. Like I could get rid of it for like all my editing, like DaVinci Resolve stuff. I could Blender. Like I could do most everything. Like I think gaming's the only thing keeping me.
No, I agree with that.
On the desktop.
Dude, if I didn't play games, I would not have a tower.
Oh yeah, and another aspect too is like you were saying before with the Mac, specifically with the MacBook. Like why is it weird when I plug into this display? It's stuff like that that's also weird. Well,
that's at the OS level. That's Apple saying, "I know better than you,"
which
and
is
not giving you access to that menu.
It's a real shame that like there's still stuff like that trips me up from like just ditching a desktop. I'm getting there though. I'm getting there, but like I'm not there yet. I want to be off of Windows ultimately.
Well, you're kind of dipping your toe in with Proton now, so I think that's good for you.
And I'm really impressed. Proton, there you go. Like I've said, I've had so many good gaming experiences over Proton that I'm thinking like, dude, like I don't think I need Windows. Seriously. Yeah. Like I think like I rarely do.
You'll probably have the odd game that's not on Steam,
but I think it'll be like secondary OS status at that point, right?
Sure.
Like I think I could literally dual boot and then primary boot to Windows, and then like on the occasion there's a weird game, I could secondary boot to Windows and play then. Yeah. And I mean I know that's annoying of a process, but that's what I'm willing to go towards
to be off
Windows, because Windows has been getting spookier with their privacy and telemetry, and they're like forcing the users to do things that they don't want to do, like make a Microsoft account.
I was just gonna say like no more offline accounts. It's weird.
Yeah, it's really weird, and like I just don't like that direction. So yeah. But I think we've rambled on about that enough.
I think so, man.
And I think we've talked about pretty much the event in its entirety. So yeah, I think we ought to just wrap it up, dude.
Yeah, wrap it up, dude.
You ready? All right. So anyway, thanks for listening to the Technosthetic podcast. It's been pretty good. Lots of cool stuff we talked about this time. Steam Deck, Apple event, always fun. Always a good time. Leave comments down below. What did you think about the podcast? Let us know. Feel free to check out technosthetic.com. You can see we're available on all the different podcast platforms.
Soon to be Apple Watch.
Soon to be Apple Watch, and we'll see you guys on the next podcast.
Later.